Next is race number 2.
This mounting yard is brought to you by the Racing.com app. National form for every state, every day. Download wherever you get your apps.
And we start with a horse probably named after John and I. Yeah, these days with John's popularity, I just live in the Shadow Eagle.
I don't know about that one, Tez, but Shadow Eagle is racing quite consistently. Arguably should have won 2 starts ago when he ran out of room about the 100-metre mark. He was making good ground in that Cork Harbour race. Ran well last start when third to Gold Spirit off a moderate tempo. Probably gets back a little bit here, and there's not that much speed in the race.
$5.50 with Sportsbet. 3 Windrush. This is a new one for the Michael Hickmott stable from New Zealand.
Interesting runner, well-bred entire by Al Manzoor, but he has had 14 runs and he's only won the 1 race. That was at 1,600 metres. We've seen him once in Australia at the barrier trials. He went to the line with Starts Now, who's a handy enough horse. He was under a bit of riding there. He was a little bit one-paced. On what I saw of the trial, it didn't jump out at me as one to back first up.
Been specking for him, though. $12 with Sportsbet. The 4 is done real. He's obviously a horse which has been plagued by problems.
He is. He's going a fair while between runs. After racing December, he sort of had half a spell. He was good 2 starts ago at Gawler in a weakish race, but he won that impressively. Not sure what to make of his trials and jump outs. I thought his jump out was plain at Murray Bridge. Then he ran in that It's Another Battle trial, and everything got beaten by sort of 16 or 17 lengths. He's got blinkers on. I'm on the fence. He's a good horse. I don't know what he'll do.
$11 with Sportsbet, specking for him as well. 6 Creek.
Creek's a really consistent horse, but he's only won 1 out of 18. He's a frustrating type for people that back him. A typical run from him last start, beaten 1.7 by Miss Slipstream. Probably settles midfielder a shade closer, but is drawn wide.
$17 with Sportsbet. 7 Regal Secret.
She's going a little bit more than a month between runs and comes to South Australia. I always respect the stable when they bring the Victorians to SA. Was on speed 2 starts ago when successful in a small field at Kyneton. Last start at Kilmore covered ground but was disappointing. From that gate, you'd probably think they roll forward.
8 the Journo, second up after a long layoff.
First up run was plain. Got into a good spot in the run just behind the leaders and faded late. You'd think he'd be fitter for that, but with a moderate tempo, 1,200 metres, he does need to relax, and sometimes he doesn't.
I'm sure he hasn't been to the races since running at Port Lincoln December last year.
He hasn't been to the winner's stall for a long time either, Terry. August 2023, his last win. He's had 1 barrier trial leading into this. He ran 5th to From the Block under Hands and Heels riding. I'm happy to pass.
Moving in, 11 misses second, which has had 2 runs for Chris Beeg.
Ran well last start, only just missed to More Than Hope. For a city race, that is a pretty moderate one, but she ran well in it. Gate, maybe no advantage.
The horse you bred, John, and you put it on top, 12 Uptown Monk.
Thought he was solid last week over 10.50. He'll be fitter for that 7-day backup. Like the horse, the map is awkward. Not sure where he gets.
Sassy for sure. The Stokes stable going with the blinkers today on this filly.
Maybe she settles more forward. She ranged up like she was going to be in the finish last start, and I don't know if she didn't try or not. She's better than that.
Taking Omaha, the 14.
Change of stables for this guy now with Cody Reardon, who does a really good job with second-hand horses. Form with Giving the Track is patchy, but he's an on-speed runner in a race without many of them, and I don't want to let him go around without me.
Okay, $34 with Sportsbet. It's a massive price, the 15 Commander Maru.
First up, he's now a 9-year-old, and you'd think he'd need a little bit more time and easier grade.
17 Common Interest.
Really promising horse. He ran very well first up in a hot race that Signature sent one. He reared at the start and got a long way back. He made good ground. He's got a fair bit of upside.
Okay, and 18 Artissi.
Been going well, this prep Artissi. She's a consistent mare, but this is harder than some of the races she's been able to win.
Yeah, okay. Your numbers, John, we're getting close to a start, mate.
I've gone with the 3-year-olds. I think they're the 2 horses with the most upside in the race. Number 12, Uptown Monk, and 17, Common Interest. I don't have too much between them in my market, and Common Interest has been well backed. Horse number 13 in for third, Sassy for sure, another 3-year-old. She's got ability, but been frustrating, and Shadow Eagle in for 4th.
12, 17, 13 and 2 for John. Let's get to Tim.
Stand by for a red light for race number 2. Just waiting to see the starter. There he is now, so that's looking better. Open betting race. Lights on. We're set to run. One rearing there. We stand by for a dispatch here, race 2. Stanwell racing. Mrs. Seacombe only away fairly off the inside. Taking Omaha won the start. Regal Secret's up to second. Creek's going forward out wide. Windrush is not going to be far away with Uptown Monk and Shadow Eagle in the green jacket, red cap, one off the inside. Mrs. Seacombe burrowing through to be about 7th. Then came Dunreal. He gets into a lovely trailing spot midfield from Common Interest. Then came Artissi, Sassy for sure. The Journo, I'm a Shelby. Commander Maru last 8 lengths off the speed. Speed set by Taking Omaha. Regal Secret outside the leader and Creek is 3 wide exposed. Uptown Monks on their backs in 4th. Mrs. Seacombe 5th the inside. Then Shadow Eagle. Dunreal. He's following the right horse Uptown Monk. Further back in the field Windrush and Sassy for sure and Artissi. They head the remainder. Down the straight they come. 3:50 to run. Taking Omaha and Regal Secret. They're a length and a half. Mrs. Seacombe. Then Creek, Artissi, Shadow Eagle. Nothing from the back really running on and Regal Secret's gone for home. Inside the 150, Mrs. Seacombe and Shadow Eagle are running on, but it was a real paddle early up the straight and Regal Secret races clear. It was a dawdling affair. Sprint home, it won easily. Second, Shadow Eagle. Third, Mrs. Seacombe. Now, fourth is either Common Interest or Sassy for sure. Next in came closest to the inside, Taking Omaha. Creek, those at the back, they couldn't run on. The speed was too slow mid-race. Then Uptown Monk, Windrush, Dunreal, and I'm a Shelby back with those.
Regal Secret, the winner here, number 7 with Jacob Opperman riding for Philip Stokes at a big price, defeating Shadow Eagle, number 2, and won easily, by the way. Mrs. Seacombe has run 3rd and 4th will be the stablemate of the winner, Sassy for sure. Lachlan Neindorf aboard there for Philip Stokes, but 7, 2, 11 and 13 to get 4th.
We talk a lot about how well the Stokes stable place their horses when they move them between states, and this is another example of that, and it certainly she got under Punter's guard here. Win number 4 from start 19, up on speed, was always going to be a good place to be in this race because there wasn't that much of it. But to Regal Secret's credit, she has come right away and won easily. Shadow Eagle ended up being in a good spot, one off the fence just behind the speed. He doesn't know how to run a bad race. He's run second. And then the 11, Mrs. Seacombe, she's going well this time in, and no doubt there'll be a win for her. It was a stronger race than the one she ran in last start, and she was right up to that. But yeah, well done to the Regal Bloodstock team, who are forming a very good association with the Stokes barn.
Yeah, Philip Stokes is on track today as well, so we'll just grab Phil for a chat here. He's on his way, doing the right thing for us. He's storming his way through the traffic. Good on you, Phil. You do like to watch the races out the back with your boys?
Yeah, we do. We've had a bit of luck out there in the past.
Tell us about this girl, Regal Secret. That was really impressive this afternoon.
Yeah, look, she's been a bit in and out, as you can see, of her form. She won 2 starts ago. We were going to bring her over here last week and her blood picture wasn't right. We weren't happy with her, so we just hung back a week, and lucky we did. She was strong today. Her best is always good enough, but there's 2 of her. So she's well placed. She'll stay here now, and it was a good ride by Jacob, who's able from a sticky barrier to get across and get her into that. When you put her into the race, she has a crack, and he rode her well today.
Yeah, just on Jacob, he's only had one sit on her previously when she was here, and she didn't do much that day. I think she ran 8th in a field of maybe 11.
Exactly. So I'm really happy for the connections and Mark. They're very good supporters of ours, and hopefully she can go on with it now.
You got a busy day. You got runners here, there and everywhere. What have you got for the Racing.com viewers? What are we going to follow for the remainder of the program anywhere for Stokes?
Well, I have to pick my game up because Regal Award I thought was our best, and he was unlucky in Sydney.
He charged to the line late there. What happened to him early?
He bombed the start. But he's a very good horse in the making. I think Stretton Angel's going well. We've got a good team today, a lot of each-way chances, but Stretton Angel's had Street jump out, she's forward. And I think Highland Bling's a good each-way chance in the Sydney Cup.
Okay, mate, best of luck. Good to see you in town.
Thank you.
There we go, Philip Stokes. He takes a race number 2 here today. Regal Secret, the winner. Jacob Opperman, the winning rider. Anything you'd like to add, John, before we take a break?
Yeah, just looking at the sectionals there, they've run home in 35.5, which on a soft 6 rated track suggested that there wasn't too much pressure early, and yeah, Regal Secret certainly controlled it.
All right, 7, 2, 11 and 13. That's after race number 2 at Morphetville.